If you think giving 1 pint of blood won't really save a life, we have 2 more words for you. Bragg Davis. As Doug Warner tells us this morning, Bragg is alive today because of blood from a person he had never met until you came into both of their lives and hooked him up.
We often, when we do give blood, we don't really know where it goes once it leaves our arm. It was during a company blood drive, just like the one, hint, hint, we're holding tomorrow morning here at News 9, 6 a.m. Be here. When a young lady named Heather donated a pint. We, again, rarely find out who our blood helped. Well, Heather, yours helped Purcell High Schooler Bragg Davis, who has 80 pints or people to thank.
I've given blood so many times, and you know, I know it goes somewhere, but I don't know where.
Heather Ellison stands alongside a highway she's never traveled.
Hi,
Heather.
It's nice to meet you.
And we introduced her to a family she's never met.
Thank everyone that has prayed for me and has donated blood for me.
And it's all because of this guy, Bragg Davis, who owes his life to so many others. They call this stretch of Highway 24 near Purcell Thrill Hill, but there was nothing thrilling about February 18th, 2007, when Bragg, his brother, and 3 friends left the roadway in excess of 100 miles an hour.
I remember going over hills. I remember saying go faster and faster.
Bragg was sitting in the back seat of this now hardly recognizable Mitsubishi Eclipse.
Once we went over the last hill, I blacked out. I don't remember anything since.
As the car flipped, Bragg was thrown through the back glass, landing some 40 feet away in a field.
As reality set in, we found out he was pretty bad off.
Bragg was rushed by helicopter to OU Medical Center. During the 8-minute flight, medics went through a dozen units of blood just to keep Bragg alive.
He would have bled to death.
That would have been the cause of death.
That would have been the cause of death.
Bragg would spend the next 90 days in the hospital, undergoing 30 surgeries for internal bleeding, blood clots, and a hip injury. An estimated 80 units of blood were needed before Bragg was healthy enough to be released.
To know that it went to him right away is kind of amazing.
And Heather's pint, donated just days before Bragg's accident, was one of those 80 life-saving units of blood.
To know who it went to, and now having met Bragg and seeing him and how he's recovered in just a year's time is really kind of special.
There were 4 others in that car. The others did escape serious injury. Just amazing at that. Bragg is starting his sophomore year at the brand new Purcell High School. They're very pumped about that. And the high school also had a blood drive just weeks after that accident. It was one that was regularly scheduled, but then they all decided to make that blood available to Bragg since he had so many surgeries in those 90 days after that accident.
What a great story.